if anybody know about business, you don't keep that type of money in just regular account. So I had to wire the money from somewhere. Okay. So I wired the money to the account. And when I wired it to the account, I went straight to the bank. I go to the bank myself to make sure shit get done. Because the thing is this, I can't make all the money unless somebody else do all the dictating and do all the controlling. Yeah.
He don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Floyd, are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests
that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded.
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
On Joe Rogan's podcast, Floyd Mayweather addressed claims about his finances, describing a reported $1.1 billion loss. Despite this, he emphasized that he still owns a private jet and hundreds of buildings. Mayweather framed the narrative by stating that if this qualifies as being broke, then everyone would want to experience being broke, underscoring his perspective that his wealth and assets remain substantial even amid public scrutiny.
The Business Insider article that ran,
yes,
we debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. Mm-hmm. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said that Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls. And you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I'll leave that to the judge. I'll leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know, I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the questions.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old. And I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I worked hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my company.
Joe Rogan recently commented on Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s finances, suggesting that his excessive spending habits are a major reason behind his reported financial struggles. Rogan highlighted that Mayweather purchased million-dollar watches and other lavish items he didn't need, and that this pattern of over-the-top expenditures extended to nearly every aspect of his life. According to Rogan, such financial excesses, combined with gambling and other high-cost habits, contributed to the perception, and perhaps the reality, of Mayweather's current money troubles.
Man, he needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got million-dollar watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
Think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's
viral tweet on X has reignited debate over Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s finances, racking up over 7 million views. The post claims that despite earning between $1.20 and $2 billion in his career, Mayweather has reportedly gone bankrupt, with some of his homes and luxury cars being auctioned. Expert Okos Gupta highlighted the extreme scale of his spending, never wearing underwear twice, hiring daily car cleaners, spending $12,000 weekly at a Japanese steakhouse, throwing $50,000 into a pool for strippers, and buying diamond-encrusted gadgets, a $10 million engagement ring, dozens of luxury cars, and 2 private jets valued at $60 million and $30 million. Gambling and other expenses reportedly drained millions, and even a $7 million jewelry theft didn't slow him down. The IRS allegedly demanded $22 million, and much of Mayweather's wealth was illiquid, causing delays in payments. Gupta added that by 2026, Mayweather had sold 1 jet, faced court-authorized seizure of a Bugatti, owed back taxes from a strip club, and still reportedly owes Logan Paul $1.5 million from 4 years prior. Attempts to audit his career earnings via Showtime were thwarted, with records said to be destroyed in a flood. A car dealer who sold him over 100 vehicles confirmed that Mayweather always paid in cash and loved showcasing his wealth, painting a picture of an unbelievably extravagant lifestyle now under intense scrutiny.
This sum represents the $500K, $500,000 in arrears plus late fees minus a deposit that Mayweather paid at the start of the lease and the $100,000 catch-up payment. So they deducted what he did submit when he was made aware of this, the $100K, and I guess a deposit. So the remaining balance is that. An attorney for Mayweather did not provide a comment by deadline. He has not responded to the lawsuit in court. In a separate legal matter, so we've already went over one with this luxury condo in Manhattan, right? But a separate legal matter, a Miami jeweler sued Floyd Mayweather last month, alleging the boxer owes more than $1 million for jewelry that he took but never paid for.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. addressed the speculation about his finances by defending his lifestyle, stating that he lives the way he chooses and wouldn't be upset if others earned similar amounts. He suggested that the rumors about him being broke are largely fueled by jealousy, emphasizing that criticism often comes when he is successful. This response reinforces his consistent narrative that his wealth and spending are personal choice, and that public perception doesn't always reflect reality.
I'm pretty sure I'd be upset too if I was somebody else. I'd be mad at Mayweather too. How 29 years or 30 years you keep getting money like this? I'd be mad too. I'd be hating on Mayweather too. Continue to hate. You know, people only talk about winners. I'm a winner, so continue to talk. Keep your bread fresh. Put it in the bag. Money the bread man. Tip money. Fucking throw it in answer. Throw it in the Floyd bag. See, I'm born in crocodile phones, Himalayan phones, crocodile bags.
There's no widely reported or verified public reaction from Wade Plemons specifically to Logan Paul's remarks about Floyd Mayweather Jr. in major news outlets or mainstream sports media, so a direct quote can't be reliably provided. However, Wade Plemons has appeared in boxing-related discussions, for example, covering topics like Logan Paul's PR stunt claims about Mayweather and how fights with influencers are promoted, showing he's engaged in the broader conversation around Mayweather and the Paul brothers. But if you're referring to a specific quote or interview from Wade that went viral on social media or YouTube, that may be more informal and not documented in mainstream reporting. In that case, I could help summarize or locate the content if you share more details about where you saw it.
Because he's still waiting on the 1.5 from Floyd Mayweather. He made this video simultaneously with the beef with Le'Veon, and I don't know, maybe it's coincidence, maybe it isn't.
Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. The fight nobody asked for except me. I need this because if Floyd wins, he can finally pay me my $1.5 million. I don't care about the legacy fight. I don't care that these men have a combined age of 100 years. I care that Floyd Mayweather, the best boxer alive, uses those same hands that made him 100 million to Venmo me my money. And Floyd, if you're watching this, win it and pay me back or I'm gonna send my goons after you. Gotcha. Hey.
I really don't know why I watched that. Yeah, listen, dude. Logan is, again, functionally a coward for not doing this. I was really excited for it, too. I couldn't wait. That was about to be content, stud. But, I mean, okay, yes, I understand if he is under WWE contract, they're not going to allow him to do certain things.
Reports suggest that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is experiencing financial strain, with analysts highlighting his new management as a potential contributing factor. Mayweather's extravagant spending, paired with strategic choices made by his team, seems to have intensified concerns about his financial stability. Court testimony identifies Jonah Rechnitz as a central figure in this context, described as one of the most significant and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in recent history for the Southern District of New York, illustrating how high-profile finances and management decisions can intersect with legal scrutiny.
19 million of the money was lost. So to lose 19 of 20 million, I mean, what, did you go to the casino over and over? Like, you know. So Rechnitz, now mind you, this is Floyd's new buddy. his new financial advisor. Rechnitz became what prosecutors called, quote, one of the single most important and prolific white-collar cooperating witnesses in the recent history of the Southern District of New York, testifying in multiple federal corruption trials. He claimed to have weekly phone conversations with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions. De Blasio, of course, was never charged. Now in court, Rechnitz paints himself as a changed man. While living in New York, I felt pressure to become a big shot, he told the judge. Sound familiar with Floyd?
Renit recounted weekly phone calls with Mayor de Blasio on his personal cell phone in exchange for campaign contributions, though de Blasio was never charged. In court, Renit portrayed himself as a changed man, reflecting on the pressures of trying to become influential while living in New York. Observers have drawn parallels between his situation and Floyd Mayweather Jr., noting how pressures and management choices can complicate finances. Despite legal entanglements, including 5 months in prison and 5 months of house arrest, Renit has yet to serve additional time, illustrating how relationships involving money and authority can become extremely complex.
5 months in prison, 5 months house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. He got sentenced to 10 months in 2019. Five months in prison, 5 months and house arrest, but he's yet to serve any time. His sentencing has been repeatedly delayed and reassigned to different judges. But he remains free nearly 9 years after pleading guilty. So he's been out of jail for 9 years. The guy hasn't even done his 5 months. So he's got his hand in the corruption cookie jar still, it seems like. After the scandal, he moved back to LA, where he's from, and became a jeweler. He launched Jadel Jewelry and Diamonds, leveraging connections to celebrities like Kim Kardashian.
The Atlas observed that public perception of Floyd Mayweather Jr. has shifted dramatically over time. Fans who once celebrated his dominance and undefeated legacy are now far more critical, with some even mocking what they perceive as a decline. Those who previously admired his lavish lifestyle and success have started questioning his financial decisions and personal choices. Atlas points out that this change highlights how quickly public opinion can turn, serving as a powerful reminder of the fragile nature of fame, reputation, and wealth in the world of sports.
Well, yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Steven Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the time. He was named him. I never was a fan of Espinoza. Again, I'm not afraid to say and not mince my words when I feel a certain way. And I've taken arrows for it, and of course I've also taken some praise for it. That people say, hey, Teddy's going to say what he feels. I was never a fan of him. I never thought he was a man that kept his word. I never thought he really did a great job over at Showtime. I mean, they put some good fights on because the fights were available, because the landscape.
Economics expert examined Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s financial landscape, emphasizing the complexity behind his income streams and business deals. His longtime advisor Al Heyman was instrumental in securing a 6-fight agreement valued at $250 million, a highly unusual deal that gave Mayweather the freedom to select his opponents while still earning guaranteed payouts. The expert highlights that Mayweather's global appeal and marketability made him one of the highest-paid athletes between 2012 and 2014, drawing huge crowds and generating significant revenue. Despite this success, legal claims have suggested that although large sums flowed through various partnerships, he may not have received the full earnings expected from some of his most important bouts.
Mayweather did his thing for sure. But in this lawsuit, it is alleged that while Mayweather was paid several $100 million through his different associated, those 6 fights with Showtime, and then after that he did the Pacquiao, for which he received a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get $200 million. He got a $100 million check, but he was supposed to get. So it's easy to get blinded, like it's a lot of money, but if you're supposed to get more, you're supposed to get more.
For example, The bout with Manny Pacquiao reportedly earned Floyd Mayweather Jr. around $100 million, despite expectations that the total payout could have reached closer to $200 million. Experts highlight that at such massive financial levels, even small discrepancies can have major consequences, and missing out on projected earnings can lead to serious financial pressure. Meanwhile, Al Haymon is known for operating behind the scenes with a strategic approach, managing fighters like Adrian Broner and coordinating major deals, including partnerships with Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar de la Hoya. An economics analyst suggests that Mayweather's financial challenges may be rooted more in complex contracts and management structures rather than spending habits alone.
He fought Conor McGregor. Huge. He fought Pacquiao. So now he's talking about fighting Mike Tyson. He does seem to be having money problems. And I don't care how many goddamn watches he bought, the amount of money he made boxing, unless he's been getting swindled on the business end. Once you start getting into having hundreds of millions of dollars, you're getting $10, $50 million a year or 20, 30, $40 million a year in interest. Right? If you're just in the stock market is like doubled in the last 4 years, right? I mean, so Al Haymon is this. He's not like a Don King. He doesn't have that reputation. He has this, that he's a brilliant businessman. He stays totally in the shadow.
Mayweather Jr. has recently taken legal action against former business associates, as explained by analyst Fannin, who outlined how financial pressures have pushed the boxing icon toward the courtroom. Despite reportedly earning over $1 billion during his undefeated career, a combination of heavy spending, gambling activity, and tax-related issues has created serious challenges behind the scenes. Fannin suggests these lawsuits are aimed at recovering funds Mayweather believes he is owed or addressing concerns about how his finances were handled by trusted partners. Throughout his career, Mayweather maintained a level of luxury that very few could match, reinforcing the scale at which he operated financially.
According to TMZ, let's get to the TMZ. Floyd Mayweather sues Showtime, saying, "I'm missing hundreds of millions of dollars." Floyd Mayweather Jr. says he made over $1 billion in earnings over his legendary career, but the 50-0 fighter claims all the money didn't make it to his bank account. He is now suing Showtime, claiming they played a big role in his ex-manager screwing him out of hundreds of millions of dollars. In the lawsuit filed by Floyd in California and obtained by TMZ Sports, Mayweather says he's gunning to recover hundreds of millions of dollars in the misappropriated funds and damages resulting from long-running and elaborate financial fraud.
Mayweather Jr. accumulated an extensive collection of luxury assets, including numerous high-end cars, private jets, and premium real estate, while also spending heavily on jewelry, technology, and lavish events. At the same time, significant gambling losses and outstanding tax obligations added further financial strain. Despite generating massive earnings, these ongoing expenses appear to have contributed to a situation where legal action became necessary to protect his financial position. Analyst Fannin notes that these legal efforts go beyond simply recovering money, as they also relate to safeguarding Mayweather's reputation and business interests. Overall, the situation highlights the hidden challenges of wealth management, demonstrating that even the most financially successful athletes can encounter serious legal and financial difficulties when their resources are not carefully managed or are subject to disputes.
Those parties to see whether or not this is something that Floyd should have known about or did know about or maybe did not understand. Because it seems very, very funny that Floyd would not know that the money was getting paid to Al Haymon and not directly to him. Regardless, I don't know the outcome of that. I will talk about this, though. The absolute blatant karma up in Floyd Mayweather's face for all the smack he talked about Muhammad Ali and how Muhammad Ali's name was only worth $50 million and he sold half of his name for $50 million and how he's made so much more money and that makes him all of that. Talked about how Muhammad Ali, I'm sure, or I don't know if he did, but I'd heard, talked about Floyd. Yeah, he did, because he talked about his money and how he had to sell his name because he didn't have his money.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. became known not only for his achievements in boxing, but also for representing extreme luxury, consistently putting his wealth on display throughout his career. From owning dozens of high-end cars and multiple private jets, to wearing diamond-covered watches and showcasing expensive gadgets, his lifestyle reflected constant extravagance. The scale of his spending was so large that he even hired staff dedicated solely to maintaining his assets, including individuals responsible for cleaning his car collection on a daily basis. Reports suggest he spent tens of thousands of dollars each week on dining, wagered millions on sports betting, and frequently displayed large amounts of cash at parties to highlight his fortune. Despite this outward image of limitless wealth, recent reports and expert analysis, including commentary from boxing insiders, indicate that there may be a far more complex financial situation behind the scenes.
We are going to go through in this video. Now, I've been covering boxing for double-digit years. Allow me to take you through it. A simple Google search shows Floyd Mayweather. You type in his name, you're going to see some fight photos and whatnot. But the top stories, and there's multiple stories, and we're going to take a look at some of them. But as mentioned, Business Insider is now reporting what you see on the screen, that Floyd Mayweather is being accused in lawsuits of owing millions of dollars for luxury watches, gold, and rent on palatial apartment, right? The bullet points. Floyd was sued for allegedly failing to pay rent on a luxurious duplex.
Though Floyd Mayweather Jr. is believed to have earned over $1 billion during his career, his pattern of heavy spending, gambling, and ongoing tax obligations appears to have had a major impact on his overall wealth. Reports of unpaid taxes, continuous legal battles, and growing speculation about financial pressure stand in clear contrast to the powerful image of success and financial dominance he maintained for years. This difference between perception and reality highlights how even enormous fortunes can become unstable over time, turning what once seemed like endless wealth into a cautionary example of how unchecked luxury and weak financial planning can significantly change the financial future of even the most successful athletes.